Welcome, everyone, to the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. I am Matt, and as always, with me is my trusty sidekick in this lovely podcast, Eric. What's up, Eric?
Not much, man. I am exhausted. I
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually kind of hot outside. I mean, it's not Florida hot, but you forget like how like working outside in the direct sunlight
Oh,
is.
yeah. It's fucking
I
awful.
I was out there for maybe 2 hours. I don't know. I feel like I went to AutoZone. I basically what I did today was I wired up the lights that I got. I got a nice a motorcycle headlight and I just attached it to a bicycle, and
Oh, my God.
and I took a motorcycle like tail light and I attached it to the motorcycle or to the bike as well. Um, and I wired it up myself to a different 12-volt battery,
Yeah.
and it was such a pain in the ass. I got this switch, right? Like an on off switch, so I could just turn on the light whenever I need it.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh fuck, I don't need this switch because of the way the battery works. Like the way the light works is I just plug it directly to the battery, and then there's a switch on the battery to turn on off the battery, which is right up front, like right by the handlebars. So I feel bad because I wasted $7 on a switch that I didn't need. And that actually kind of fucked up the way I wired it, and that's why it took me so long. It took me like 2 hours to figure this shit out, but it looks nice. Now it looks like that's the way the bike should have came.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
what's new with you?
I bought Soul Hackers today. Soul
I'm
Hackers
going to
2.
buy that. I'm gonna buy it.
Um, it is legitimately, it's probably part of the multiverse of the Persona or Shin Megami Tensei, if you want to go with that. Because
I was
literally there's personas in the game that are exactly the same name as they are from Persona. So it's definitely, I feel like it's another universe. I'm loving it so far, and I'm only like an hour in, going through like the very beginning of the game.
Is it fully voice acted
Yes, it's fully English voice
in
acted.
English?
Yep,
Okay.
and the main character is fully English voice acted. Everyone, for once in your life, for a main character, is fully voice acted.
Holy fuck. Okay,
Yeah,
sold.
I'm like, wait a second, the main character is voice acted? No, no, you lied to me. You're yanking my chain. You're yanking my chain, man. And yeah, I was surprised. It was,
I feel like we talked about this a couple of episodes
yeah, we
ago.
did. We
Oh, and
did.
They're listening. They're
Atlas,
listening.
those crazy son of a bitches did it. Atlas did it, man. I was like, when the main character was speaking, I was like,
You son of a bitch.
because
Congratulations, Atlas.
they teased you. Because like in the beginning, like the main character, she's there and she's not speaking, and I'm like, oh no, am I gonna have to name this person too? I better look up the real person's name and everything. But nope, they get their own name. They're voice acted, and I was like, oh
I
fuck.
and I'll say it again. I love fully voice acted stuff, and the only way that you can get away with the main character not saying anything is if it's a custom made character that you made.
Yeah,
That's the only way. And even then, I feel like hire a few different voice actors and
yeah,
have them read out all the lines, and that way when you're creating your character, you can pick a voice actor.
yeah. Also,
But I understand that will be a lot of work.
I have to laugh real quick. So on my second monitor, I have a soccer game on,
Okay.
just so I can like look over every once in a while, and you can see it in my glasses.
Yeah, I could kind of see it in your glasses.
I was like, oh shit.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
better that than porn, I guess.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, Soul Hackers too. Like, it's just so good, and it's a turn based too. So
Classic.
yep. So it's classic turn based and everything. It's very similar to how the Persona series is set up. Very similar. So
Oh, the turn base in that is it exactly like Persona, where if you hit with a weakness, you get an extra turn?
If you get so this one's slightly different. If they get hit with the weakness, your other person, if they hit a person with the weakness too, both of their personas will do a charged up move with your main character instead of getting it. That will be the extra turn, and it'll do extra damage to both the enemies. It
Okay.
explains it. It explains it very quickly in the beginning.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'll
I
check
will
it out.
say, like, the dialogue when you have it on auto, like when it comes to the subtitles, just press X real quick, so like the subtitles will go like all the way to the end because the voice acting is faster than the subtitles. So
Oh, and does it
it
leave you with that long pause before
yeah,
it
it
moves
leaves you
on?
with a pause, so you have to press X to get it to go by fast, so that when the voice acting is finished, it'll go to the next scene automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too
Um,
bad.
Graphics look great for a Persona. Well, not Persona, but for a Persona style game. Um, so yeah, I'm really enjoying. I mean, I love you told.
Yeah, I mean we love that universe. It's great. I'm
I
wondering
mean,
if there's an option in the in like the menu somewhere to speed up chat.
maybe there possibly is. I'll have to look.
I'll check.
I mean, I bought the digital deluxe version, and I'm supposed to have like Persona 5 outfits, and I don't have them. So
How much more was the deluxe?
$10 more.
It's on Steam, right?
Yeah, it's on
You know
Steam.
what? Okay, I'm gonna do this right now. While we're talking, I'm going to Steam, and then what's this? Oh yeah, the one game that we've been playing, Civilization.
Speaking of civilization,
Speaking of Civilization,
speaking of civilization, that's what this episode's actually going to be about. But I needed to talk. I needed to talk about Soul Hackers 2 because I need this fucker to get it. Even though we can't play together, it's good. Anyways,
it's my birthday again. All right, okay, here we go.
so for everyone that doesn't know,
Oh,
Sid
why did the
Civilization.
fuck did it take me to? Sorry, it took me to Guild Wars 2.
What the fuck?
I
That's
don't know.
that's random. So Sid Civilization 6, like all the other Sid Civilization games, are strategy games. And you pretty much like it's pretty much building your own place. It's very similar to Stronghold Crusaders. If you've ever played Stronghold Crusaders, um, it's pretty much a strategy tactical game. You got to get all the science, all the culture, faith. I guess if you want to fucking do a religious victory, but we always turn that off because fuck religious victory.
It's
Uh,
too easy. That's the problem
it's
with it.
so easy, dude.
It's just like if you want to try a different victory, you can't because then the NPC just wins religious victories. So it's like if you're trying for a religious victory, you just fucking leave it on because you're going to be able to get it really quickly.
Yeah,
But the downside of that is if you want to try any other kind of like victory, if the computer decides, I'm going to go with a religious victory, you're kind of fucked.
yeah.
Especially if you are picking a war, right? Because unless you're paying attention to that shit, and we're really bad at paying attention to the game,
Oh my god, we're
unless you're
so
paying
bad at
attention to
paying
that
attention
shit
to it.
and you purposely pick the person who is winning the religious victory, you're probably helping the religious victory out.
Yeah, like we turn off religious victory, and I wish when you turn it off. Well, I'm actually kind of happy that it still happens because people still build religions. I'm happy people are too busy focused with that when they're like the computers are up against us because we just won the science war.
All the time,
oh,
except for that one time that we tried to win the science war, we won the diplomacy.
oh yeah, or the one time that you were trying to go culture and you had more science than anyone else, and I had more culture than anyone else.
Well, okay, so I read that wrong. I thought it was a that I forgot who it was now, but apparently every bit of culture that I put onto my person adds science.
Oh,
So that one I should have focused on the science victory, but that's why I was just like, well, what the fuck is going on here? That I'm like concentrating on culture, yet I'm in third place with the culture points, and my science is like always increasing. And it wasn't until I was who was I was watching? I was watching a video on Civilization because I want to get better at it. And somebody's like, "Oh, this person right here is tricky because it's like you'll think you're gonna win the culture victory, but then as you're getting like more culture, your science will increase, and then the next
That's
thing you know,
busted.
you got nuclear power plants." It really was because I was at one point you were like what was it like, oh hey, I'm building infantry, and like, oh, I got stealth bombers, and you're like, what?
The funny
I'm just
thing
like,
is though,
yeah,
is that I caught up real fucking quick in that one though. I caught up
yeah,
real quick, and um, I also had to deal with going down to zeros at one point.
yeah, I don't know what caused that.
Yeah, I don't know, but those two cities wanted to lose loyalty, and they learned. They fucking learned what happened. They learned what happened the next time that I got my army back. They got their ass
Okay,
kicked.
I have to ask now.
Okay.
There's three different versions, right? You got
Yep.
Soul Hack, then you got the digital version, the digital deluxe version, then there's digital premium.
I did the digital deluxe because I think that just comes with the Persona 5 costumes.
Well, what does the premium give you?
Like background music, like more background music and stuff. Also, I can hear myself.
We'll go fuck yourself. All right, hold on, I'll fix that. Um, the negative reviews are fucking funny.
What are they?
Just like it's Persona, just like
I told
like
you. I don't know why that's a negative though.
it's oh well, some people don't like that kind of RPGs
Oh,
because
maybe.
it's really like strategic, right? Like you have to plan out, and then you have to memorize what demons are weak to what in order to
Oh,
progress
this
really
game tells
fast.
you like if you've gone up against them, there's like a little bar, and it'll let you know that like you.
Yeah, but the very first time you go up against one, it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, people need to stop being fucking lazy.
I think if you capture the demon, then you
Oh,
you
that's
know what
different.
they're weak against.
That's
And
different
then
so far.
if you're fighting the demon and you land a weakness, then you memorize, hey, this creature has been weak to this before.
Yeah. Okay. We'll save the rest of that talk for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I don't know which one to buy. Let me add this one on there and see what it comes with. No, you're not gonna tell me what it comes with. Well, fuck you then. I'm not getting that one.
I
I
think if
would
you
have.
if you go to their website, I think it tells you.
Does it? Okay. Now I gotta open up a web browser. This is stupid. All right, continue.
But yeah, so anyways, back to Sid Civilization 6. Uh we we also play with natural disaster zeros because the last time we played it with just one, my whole fucking forest burned down and that was all my tiles. Was fucking forest. So, yeah, I put it to zero so that shit didn't happen again. We also play on Prince cuz we suck at the game and we're trying to get better. Uh, you think as we're like at the 200-hour mark, we would be better at this game, but that's like 3 games.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? I've seen people play online. I'm not like online, but like streamers and stuff like that, where within the first 45 to 50 turns, they have like 3 to 500 science and culture. And I'm just like, pause.
How?
How the fuck did you do that? Well, they got these mods, right? So they know exactly where to put their capital, exactly where to put their campuses, and then they pick the exact cards that needed to like boost or double the gains of each and every like campus, culture, art gallery thing, and they do it so nonchalantly. Like they'll have maybe 4 or 5 cities by turn 50 and have that ridiculous amount of science and culture.
That's
And I'm just
fucking
like, this is,
insane.
yeah.
We'll never be that good. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, yeah.
We'll never be that good. We'll have maybe 100 signs, maybe at one point when we get to 50 turns. Maybe we'll make that our goal. Good God, 500 signs within 50 turns? That's got to be a cheat code. They're using Game Genie, bro. They're using Game Genie.
Okay, here's the differences. All right, well, I'll just tell you the differences, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the game is just the game.
Yeah.
The deluxe version has booster items and bonus story arc. The lost numbers.
Yep.
Okay, and that's it for the digital.
Okay.
The premium comes with bonus demon pack. Not sure what that is.
Your demons are the
And
persona.
okay, uh, costumes and background pack. So that's one. That's the one that comes with a costume, and then this one calls Mary's Maid Force outfit. Outfits basically.
Okay.
So basically, the costumes and the outfits come for the premium.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm into maids.
I'm into maids,
Yeah,
anime
why not?
maids. Why not? Anyways, so the game loves to fuck you in the beginning when it comes. Oh, sorry, not Soul Hackers, by the way. Back to Sid Civilization. With barbarians, the barbarians just love to fuck you. That's what's going on here. That's what happens every time. I can hear myself again.
You can hear yourself again.
Yeah.
God, hold on.
We're doing this live, people. Doing this live. There'll be no cuts, no edit cuts or anything like that. We're doing this shit live.
Yeah, what about now?
I didn't hear myself there, so seems good. Seems good. Yeah. So the barbarians. There was one time we played the game and we were just surrounded by barbarian outposts. I could hear myself again.
Hey, all right. I'm working on it.
Like, there was one game, I think you and I were just surrounded by barbarian outposts. And we just got fucked. Like, it was just... wasn't fun. So that's some of the things that we work on. We work on trying to, get rid of all the barbarians. We build a scout, and then we just build slingers and warriors. And we're like, we're coming for you, barbarians.
I think the big, not that it's a problem, the big learning curve for the game is that there's too much shit going on.
Yeah.
If we play the base game, we're pretty good at it. It's when we start adding all the expansions and stuff, we still haven't tried apocalypse mode,
Nope.
zombie mode,
Nope.
or the Monopoly something.
There's also like a pirate mode that I don't know how to activate because that sounds cool. I want to be on a fucking pirate ship, Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm on a boat, bitch.
On a boat.
Yeah. I just wish we were so much better at the game. Like, we try to be better. We think we're getting better, and then we somehow lose one of the games. We're like, how the fuck did we just lose this? So, we're still learning,
Yeah. If you guys have any idea how to get better or any videos to show better tips.
I thought you said tits for a second.
Yeah, well, if you know of a good place to show better tits too.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. The game's addicting. Like, you think you would be bored with it. Like, you think you would be bored after, maybe an hour. And then you check the clock and it's like 3 hours are gone. 3 hours are gone
Yeah.
of you playing. Like, it's crazy how much time just flies by when you're playing Sid Civilization. You're like, oh, one more turn before bed, one more turn. 3
And it's
hours later.
crazy how different yet the same every country is.
Oh my god.
Unless you pick, I don't know the actual country or whatever, the Maui race that starts you off in the fucking ocean.
Oh, Coupe.
Coupe. Fuck that guy.
Like, he's
Every
supposedly
time I
one of
get
the
him, I'm just
best
like, well,
too.
GG.
Well, he's supposedly one of the best, but it's just like when they throw you in the ocean, it's like, hey, you gotta take like 20 turns to get to fucking land. Well,
Right then,
everyone's
it's too
already,
late. The game's
yeah,
over by turn 30.
like everyone already has 3 cities, and you're like, I'm trying to find a piece of land. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fucked up because, like you said, it takes you. Let's say you get lucky, you're not settling anywhere on turn one, right? Let's say you get extremely lucky and settle on turn two, which I don't even think is possible because I think it takes a turn to get onto land.
Yeah.
So you're probably taking a turn to find land, taking another turn to get on land, and settling on turn three. By turn three, you have already gotten your city down. You've started a science. You started a production of some sort, and it's probably done.
And
So
you
you
already started
probably
a civic
now have a
too.
scout or a slinger or something like that.
Yep. And you started a civic too. So like they're probably gonna be done by those with like 2 more turns. Then you got like to wait 5 or 6 turns for you to finally do your science and civics. Like you're just fucked. Like
Yeah.
and
So
he's
I
supposedly one
understand
of the
that like they
best.
give pretty good bonuses and they start off with boats and stuff, so you can sail right away. But I don't think for me, unless you were already planning on starting in a very ocean or water heavy map, it's not worth it.
Yeah. It's not. I would love to see how he is and play him, but like I know most of the time you've tried to play him and it's just hasn't gone good.
It's got oh, not to mention, not to mention that for whatever reason, barbarian boats can come at you from across the map. Half like you can't even spot them, and then they've already gotten your guy. I've
Yeah.
had that. Remember that happened to me where I started literally turn two. A barbarian came out of nowhere and took my guy before I could even settle a city, and I was like, "Well, Matt, I'm out." And you're like, "What?" I'm just like, "Yep, I'm fucking out." Like the barbarian came out of nowhere and took my guy.
It took your job. it, I love the game. It's just if you don't get a certain like person, it's gonna be an uphill battle. Like if you get someone with the faith one, like I said, we turn off like faith victories and stuff, religious victories. Like you're at a disadvantage because all your positives are for faith stuff, and you're kind of
Well,
fucked.
you can transfer faith into like other things, like culture is a big one, and then you can transfer faith into like tourism, and that's realistically how you win the culture victory, right? It's just tourism.
Yeah.
Basically, you're trying to become Disneyland, and you're just trying to get people to come into your city, look at your art, look at your music, look at the writings, and you're trying to fill up everything with like museums and shopping malls and stuff like that, which is fine. But I mean, it's harder to do with faith. That you might as well just get a culture person.
Yeah.
But faith can get you those rock bands. They just pump out those damn rock bands like
Yeah, that's
crazy.
why I kept losing my freaking cities. All of a sudden, I just kept hearing rock music. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from?
So
And then it was like, you're losing loyalty. And I'm like,
yeah, so
son of a
just
bitch.
just for reference, Matt likes to build a lot of cities. Nothing wrong with that. But the more cities you have, the more amenities you need. And the less amenities you have, the less loyalty you get. And if you're like deep in the negatives, you start to lose loyalty. And then the person who decides to build right next to him is Eleanor, whose special ability is any city that does not belong to her that's next to her loses loyalty. So it
She
would
wasn't
flip.
even near me. I mean, those 2 cities. I was next to Genghis Khan. We were in alliance. He was my buddy. So it wasn't even him. She took like 20 turns to get there just to send a rock band to fuck with me.
Well, That's the thing, right? Like I was in alliance with Eleanor, so she couldn't fuck with you.
But she just kept
But
doing it.
like she still managed to because I forgot culture victory. They don't care about your alliance. They're going to send rock bands.
I was so mad. The amount of times that I took my city back, I took it back 3 times. I was like, "You sure you want a rebel again? I'll just take it again. I'll just take it again." She learned her lesson after that time. After I took it the third time, there was no more rock bands. And
I
then,
I learned a neat little trick about delegation and how to win
uh,
the diplomatic victory and stuff like that.
yeah,
What you do is you purposely do something to piss off another country. They're going to send you a warning and like, hey, don't build next to our stuff. And you go, okay, my bad, I'm sorry. You take their points away from them, and now you have their diplomatic points. And then all you have to do is just not do that. Like, right?
yeah.
Like, let's say that you only planned on building one city close to him. You do that. He asks you not to do it again. And you're like, okay, that's cool. I'm not going to do it again. Now, there's a turn limit. I can't remember how long, but you only have to not build near him for like, let's say 30 turns or something like that. And then you could do it again. And you're like, hey, don't build near me. And you're like, oh, whoops, my bad. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. And just keep doing that and just keep taking all their fucking diplomatic points.
Yeah, well, that works. I the best part was like I wanted to do that to people, like being like, "Hey, stop building near me." But then they like when I did that to them, I'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I'll be like, "Oh, 30 diplomatic favor. Thank you so much. I appreciate it."
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, let's say you warn somebody and like, hey, stop building near me. You lose your diplomatic favor. But if they build again, like if they and if they accept that the diplomatic points and they still do it, you now have a reason to go to war with them, and it's not going to penalize you.
Yeah, that actually happened to us the last game we won.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. What was it? The one game that we won, we were at war with everybody, but everybody liked us because we were peaceful.
Yeah, I think it was the second to last. I think it was the game we lost. Like we thought we were going to win, and like no, we won that one. Teddy Roosevelt tried to was at
Yeah.
war with me for the whole fucking game, but never
So
tried
yeah. So
anything.
basically, Matt and I were on our own continent. He had the northern half. I had the southern half. And then all of a sudden we're at war, and we're like, "The fuck happened? What? Why?" And then he was at war with us the entire game. It felt like he
Never
was
saw his
just
troops. Never saw his troops.
he just never came to us, and we're like, "Are we at war? Because this doesn't feel like war."
They could have. They could have came at me. I had nothing built. I have nothing built, but
Well,
yeah.
I think it was because he was like he took our city states, right? Like I think he wanted to destroy one of our city
Oh
states,
yeah.
and that's what caused us to be in war with him. So he just kept building up all these grievances and stuff, and we're like, okay.
I'm like, you can keep trying to take the city state, but I now have 3 vendors I can send out and have that back. So please stop. There was one point like I had like 22 points in each of the city states that I had. I'm like, you're not taking these from me, guys. Just stop. Stop while you're ahead. Stop while you're ahead. So, man, we really should try to do a culture victory for the game.
I think didn't I win one for us?
Culture? Yeah, I think you did actually. Never mind.
We've gotten three. We've gotten a
Mm-hmm.
science, we've gotten a culture, and we've gotten a diplomacy.
I feel like we got in a domination one too, or we tried to, but we still just won this one via science.
That was the one. Like I feel like war's a lot harder than I think it is because I've gotten to war to like get all the capitals before, and my troop count keeps going down.
Yeah,
And I don't like they're not fighting anybody. They just leave or something like that.
I think I know how to do it, but at least you need to wait until you can get this certain uh, army, and it's the robotic army because once you get like that one fucking
The
troop,
robot.
yeah, dude, it took my city back. It had full health, full walls, everything. One attack, it was destroyed.
Nice. Or you could just nuke everything.
We finally did a
Remember
nuke.
when
We finally did a nuke. That was great. Doing the
that was
fucking
a really cool like view.
dude. We got nuked too at one point, didn't we? I got nuked. I got
No, you
nuked.
didn't get nuked.
Oh no,
You
my
did not
reactor.
repair the nuclear factory,
Yeah,
and
my
it blew up on your ass.
yeah. I mean, it's fine.
I kid you not. It's happened to me a couple of times where I've built nuclear factories on a couple of places. One would blow up, and I'd be like, they can blow up? And then I immediately rushed to do all the repairs on the other ones, but it was too late because I built them all around the same time. So by the time one blew up, and I was like, oh God, I
It
have to
was a
repair
chain
the other ones.
reaction.
And it was just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay. That's one way to learn, I guess.
You gonna learn today. I feel I really like
Favorite country?
Korea. I think Korea is my
Korea?
favorite. They have the best science when it comes to science victory.
Roman Empire.
I think no. Who was I? The last game I played, we played that we won. My person was like an army person, but I just stuck to science and culture.
Stack?
No, it was a. It, I pictured her like the person I had. She was all in fucking like armor and everything. It's what I pictured what Hermione Granger would look like if she was in medieval times.
Jesus. The Egyptian Empire?
No, I
Was it
took a
Egypt?
picture. I took a picture. Let me.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, I think
Here we go.
the top two
This bitch.
worst. I mean, I see it. I don't know what country it is.
Yeah, yeah, that chick.
I think the worst two, in my opinion, is Coupe and Poland. Because didn't you
Yeah.
tell me Poland doesn't have like an army or some shit?
Well, I think I figured out what the issue was, and I think it was what I chose for like my my government, and that's why I didn't have the two tiles to do like the army tile and the money tile. I think
Okay, gotcha.
so. That really see, I just fucked up my whole.
Yeah, you're completely out of fucking
Yeah,
focus.
I'm still out of focus. Whatever. Whatever. I shouldn't have done that. I fucked up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to sit up more now because I'm like leaning back, terrible posture, being fat. I I don't know if I would still like Poland. I want to try Canada out. Get that hockey going.
Canada's fine. Canada is like one of the countries that really benefits from being in the snow.
Yeah,
So if you're on like one of the either the northern end or the southern end, you're gonna be fine. You know how like Egypt does good in the desert while
yeah.
nobody else can build in the desert? It's kind of like that, but for snow. Did you just try to focus in on a sponge?
No, it's a Microsoft tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this random sponge real quick. Yes, yes. I'm still out of focus. Whatever. I don't care.
That's fine, dude.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I look fine on Streamlabs. All right, that's all that matters. My favorite is definitely probably Korea. Probably Korea. Also, the music for Korea is pretty fucking badass. To be honest, I really.
The music in this game is awesome. The music in this game reminds me of Small World, where it's almost racist. You know what I mean? It's like you know exactly what I'm talking about, though. It's good, but it's almost racist.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh my god. Dude, also like it's just like the little details they put into the game too. Like if you zoom in on stuff and it's very good. Very well detailed game in my opinion. They did a phenomenal job detailing it.
It's frustrating when you lose though, because you spend like 8 hours in a game,
Yeah, we're playing fucking Risk.
basically. Except Risk doesn't take 8 hours.
Takes like 25. The board game
After,
wise. If you're playing the board game.
yeah,
not the computer version. Board game wise. Man.
yeah. I think I like the Roman Empire because they're really strong early. Right? I never have to worry about barbarians whenever I'm Rome.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that's pretty strong early,
I think it's
military
Greece.
wise.
Or at least Sparta. Like I know Sparta's Greece, but they have them separate off. They have them two different names.
Yeah, kind of like Eleanor, how she's
The Queen
England or France, depending of like.
her mood.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, yeah, depending on her mood. I'm the both the queen of England and France. I'm like, all right, greedy bitch, calm down.
Hey, you greedy asshole. I see what you're doing here. Let's see. Who else? Um Japan, I wanna I've done Japan once and you've been Japan once. Like I want to give them out a little bit more, like try to give them more try, but I feel like their science is too weak, which is weird because they have a fucking Mobile Suit Gundam in Japan right now. But you know,
um, yeah, but I feel like the military in Japan is really strong because they have a Mobile Suit Gundam in there now.
dude, can you imagine? We're gonna go invade Japan. You sure about that?
The
Give me your
hell you
sword.
are.
Like the fuck you are. Sure, go ahead. Dude, you missed us playing Fall Guys last night.
Who all played?
It was me, Dan, Chris, and Jay.
Oh.
Dude, it was intense. It was two of theirs first time ever playing, and I'm gonna upload the gameplay onto the channel because it was hysterical. Like I was in my element that stream. I was very much in my element.
Just jumping across puzzles and shit.
Oh yeah, like there. So on one of my favorite YouTube channels, Up Up Down Down, they had like some gameplay with Fall Guys, and when when they're all like conjugated together, like all the beans, one of the people on the channel was like, "Oh no, I'm being Black Friday. I'm being Black Friday." And, like I said that, and Chris, Dan, and Jay just died.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude, Soul Hackers installs pretty quickly too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's done for you.
Well, actually, let me take a look. 95%. Yeah, it's almost done.
Yeah, it's only like 20 gigabytes, but I'm hoping it's as long as a fucking Persona game though.
Because you already have 101 minutes. I thought that was gonna say hours. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I mean, I'm over an hour with it.
I mean, yeah,
I'm at an hour and a half. No, I'm not. That's a lie. I'm an idiot. Where am I? No.
101 minutes is over an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
I'm still an idiot, everyone. I can't tell time. You're welcome. God, I'm a fucking idiot.
So I can't. Did we start a new game?
On Sid?
Yeah.
No, we were going to, and you're like, nah, man. I got this new bike. I'm a biker guy now. So I gotta go do
I've
some
always
other
been a
stuff.
motorcycle person. First off.
You're like, I'm a
First
biker,
off.
man. I need to go put some reflection stuff on it, you know.
You know, did I ever send you pictures?
No. No, of course not.
There you go. I sent you pictures.
Alright, let's go take a look at his bike, everybody. It's gotta come from space first though, before I get him.
We should have them now.
Oh, look at all that stuff you did to it. There you go. Oh, you have a
For
yard
those of
at your
you,
place?
yeah, I got a little, not a backyard, but the backyard is basically where the garage is. Let me see if that's going to focus in, and it's not. Well, whatever.
You tried.
I tried.
Looks nice, man. Good for you.
30 miles an hour. No license required. No, I don't need to register it. Gets me to work and back, and I don't have to spend any money on gas.
Yeah, I
So I
get it. I
was
get
spending
it.
$200 a month on gas. Now I'm not.
I don't even want to know how much I'm spending on gas.
Probably more than me. That's for sure.
Well, my car takes
How,
premium, so
how far is your job?
uh, in total, round trip probably 120 miles each day.
You travel 60 miles to work in one direction.
Yeah,
You spend at least 2 hours a day driving.
yeah. Sometimes just thinking is great. Other times the demons come out.
Holy fuck, dude. You couldn't find anything closer?
Not with what I'm being paid. Not with what I'm being paid.
That that's fair. I understand that.
Yep.
And then to live closer would probably be too expensive.
I did live closer, but the rent went up like almost $200 for a
Yeah.
studio. So like I was paying like 12.20 a month for a studio plus $80 for Wi-Fi, and then electricity if it's the winter and stuff was only like $30, but during the summer it was like $100. And then they were remodeling the whole apartment complex, so then I had to deal with noise. I had to deal with that, and then they're like, "Oh, the pandemic is slowing down now, so we're gonna up our rent." And it went from like 12.20 to like 14.20, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good, fam."
Fucking too much. For a studio, yeah, that's too much.
It was a
And that's
410 square foot studio too.
that's right in Boston.
No, that's 15 minutes outside of Boston.
So like so it wasn't even in the city. I
No,
can only imagine in the city.
you don't want to know.
It's probably
you
just as bad as like Manhattan and LA and all that shit.
Boston is the third most expensive city.
Yeah, behind LA and then behind New York.
Yeah. And then actually, I think Orlando is now like the fourth most expensive city.
Oh, I think it's still Chicago.
I'm like,
I
it's
think it was like,
Orlando had like a 300% increase in like rent and stuff.
oh really?
Yeah, like it skyrocketed out there.
I have to check it out. I know it's always been like California, right? I say LA, but it could be like multiple areas. But like LA, New York, Boston, Chicago, and then like Atlanta is there somewhere.
Let's
Atlanta likes to hover between like top 10. It's definitely in the top 10. Are you looking it up right now?
yeah.
Let's see if it's changed any. What?
I don't
Oh,
believe that.
you looked at that and it just like, no, that's wrong. Okay, what's the
Yeah,
most expensive city?
it literally fucking said New Jersey, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna
New
ignore that.
Jersey is the
Yeah,
most expensive
no, I
city?
was like, I'm gonna ignore that. All right, here we go. All right, it's New York City at almost $4,000 for a one bedroom. San Francisco at 3,100. San Jose at 2,700.
Hold up. New York jumped to number one?
Yep, this is as July 2022. Boston is 2,600. Then it's Miami at 2,500. San Diego, Washington, LA, Oakland, a lot of Californias. Cheapest rent is in Akron, Ohio at $640. Man, that would be the dream.
I believe that.
Syracuse is at 880. Let's see
Really?
yeah, let's see what Orlando's rent is. because they went up. This episode turned very different.
We're still talking about the world.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see, dude. Is rent expensive in Orlando? Here we go. Average cost of rent in Orlando is nearing $2,000
Ooh, expensive,
for a
man.
studio. Right now, it's at $1,850, with a one bedroom being slightly cheaper at $1,827. What the fuck? Yeah, it's
I feel like because studios, you got to remember, right? Like, so a lot of studios go into high-rise buildings, and high-rise
yeah,
buildings are more expensive.
it's crazy, dude. Like we got out
I
at the right time, to be honest.
No, we really did. So for those of you who are not familiar with like Orlando and like the base pay, it's one of the weakest minimum wage areas, and they will pay you minimum wage. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're just there's too many people for them to be like, if you don't want to work for minimum wage, someone will. So they're gonna pay minimum wage, and then they expect you to pay like $2,000 a month in rent, which you won't even make $2,000 a month at
At
the
your
job.
job, even with you
So you're
working
gonna be
overtime.
living with like four other people to basically pay what you should be paying, which is about like $500 a month on a place to share with three other people that you probably don't know.
Yep.
And then remember, fucking Florida's crazy, so there's a good chance one of your roommates is fucking batshit.
Florida man is a real thing, people. There was one time, because the status popped up on my memories not too long ago, that me and Eric we were hanging out. We're going to get Chinese food for lunch,
I know which memory you're talking
and
about.
we go under a bridge real quick. And Eric just goes, "Well, that's weird. You don't see that every day." And I was like, "See what?" And he just goes, "Pretty sure the guy that we just drove by was jacking off in under the bridge." And I was like, "There's no way. There's no way. You just saw that." And he's like, "I'm almost 1,000% sure that person was jerking off under the bridge."
What was this? He was either jerking off or he had some really itchy balls. Like, just like
Oh my god. Yeah. Eric, question for you. What was your starting pay when you started Disney?
when I started at Disney.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to know what ours difference was.
Um, it was under $10. It was like nine something.
You had higher pay than me when I started. I started Disney 2013 college program for $7.75 an hour,
Yeah, fucking college program. They like
while having fucking five other roommates in a three-bedroom apartment. Which now
what
you
a
can
scam that was.
which now you can rent out those apartments, by the way. Chatham and Patterson, and you can rent those apartments out now.
For real?
Yep. They're their own
Why?
separate because Disney built their own complex. Built their own complex for the college program and everything, which are really
Oh,
nice apartments, but they're fucking expensive, from my understanding.
I mean, do the college programs have an option to go there still or no?
To Patterson and them? No, I don't think so. Remember when like the last time that we were like hanging out and you're like, "Oh, this is where they're building like the new apartment complex." Like
Yeah.
yeah, it got
Oh, it's
completed
done.
soon. Yeah, it's done. Like that's where the college program kids live now. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, look how fancy it is." I'm like, "Back in our day."
Back in our day, we had to go to Vista Way, where if you jumped in the hot tub, you might get an STD.
There might be just loose sperm in there. You don't know, my friend.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Oh
But
man.
so that means, hold on. So is it a dry area then? Can you not bring back home like booze?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I haven't really paid much attention to Disney stuff since I left. I just
Yeah, I
like,
don't know anybody in the college program right now, so it doesn't like. Oh, we're old, Husuke. Or old.
I'm old, Yusuke. I'm old. God, man. We're at the 50-minute mark. We want to just end it here.
I mean, we're kind of like super off topic, but like we are talking about things around the world.
Yeah, and
I
Sid Civilization is about the world.
I wonder what they're gonna do for the next one.
I am kind
Do
of
you think they're gonna
curious.
release an expansion, or is it just gonna be Civ 7?
Well, when did Sid 6 come out?
I feel like 5 years ago now.
Well, here we go. Google search. When did Civ 6 come out? October 21st, 2016 was when Sid Civilization 6 came out.
Okay, so not too long. So 6 years ago.
Let's see if there's any news about Sid Civilization 7.
Well, find out when Civ 5 came out.
I
Like how
just,
long?
just
No,
told
no, no.
you.
You said Civ 6.
Yeah. Sid 5 was, dude, it was even later.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. If we can gauge how long it took
Oh,
between
there's
5 and
images
6.
for Sid 6. I mean, 7. There's images
What?
for it. Yeah, let me.
Is there?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's like
hold
some
on.
cool. I'm sending it. I'm going to send you a link.
All right.
Um. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. What the fuck?
You sent me a link to Turtle Beach headsets.
It's a blog for
Yeah. Oh,
Sid
okay.
5 came out 6 years and a month earlier than Sid 6. So
So yeah, it's about time then. We're
yeah,
just about due.
yeah. I mean, we're over now because they release one. It seems like every 5 years. Sid 4 came out October 25th, 2005. Sid 5 came out September 21st, 2010. Oh no, we're at the 6 year mark. So Sid 6 came out October 21st, 2016. So we're right around there, yeah. But there's no release date for it yet.
Yeah, they're probably just fine tuning it. Because that's one thing I will say about Civilization is for it being a 6-year-old game and them patching it as much as they do, it fucking crashes a lot.
Yeah. Dude, they just started working on since Civ 7 last year.
Bullshit. They've been working on that for a while. There's no way
It
that
says
they
they've
just
been
started
working
last
on
year.
Civ 7 in some capacity since August 21. August 20,
I I don't believe it. I feel like this particular company releases a Civilization game and immediately starts on the next one.
Well, they're also doing DLC.
Yeah. Like they got half their team devoted to DLC and the other half working on tweaks and shit until the next one comes out, which I appreciate. And I feel like if your company only releases one game and it's a popular game like Civilization, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. You're fine tuning things and making sure everything's good right at launch instead of having to worry about a lot of bugs and shit.
All right, so let's end it there. Let us know what your favorite country is and why.
Yes, please do. And if you also get Soul Hackers too, let us know what you think of it. Tell us what your thoughts are, what you hope they would have done different, what you want them to do different for maybe Persona 6 if they're not going to do another sequel to Persona 5. You know, just let us know what you think. What you thinks. Yeah, good job, man.
I got the premium edition because I like maids.
You fucking weirdo. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, a wonderful day. We'll see you all sometime next week. We're sorry for the delay in this episode. We both got really busy.
I
AKA,
got sick.
he got sick, and we got busy playing Sid Civilization 6, obviously. So we'll make sure the next one is out a little bit sooner than this one. You guys have a wonderful day.
Be excellent to one another.
There we go.